Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And as per usual, I'm your host, Aray, if this is your first time here. And, I'm with my boy, Owen, my co host. Owen, say what's up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Firstly, before we start anything off, I wanted to let you guys know that we have a new website. So if you guys are looking for any of the old episodes or any of our social media, want to ask questions, get on our Discord, everything is all set in one place. So Aaron, do you want to show them the website real quick a little bit?
Yeah. So obviously we have the homepage. You can listen to all the pods, every single one that we've done for free here. You don't need Spotify, you don't need Apple Podcasts. Literally, you can listen to it right here. You can go ahead and hop onto the podcast webpage. Obviously, we have a link to our Discord where we're trying to build our community. A little bit about us if you guys don't know us off rip. But again, just join our Discord. You can learn more about us there. And then a contact form where you guys can get in touch with us, whether it's sponsorships, you feel me? But yeah, or if you have any questions, we're here, man, and we're down to chill. So yeah, that's just a little bit about our website. But yeah, On, you ready to get into this pod today?
Yeah. This is definitely gonna be an interesting one. I think I know once this question is, and we have a certain question that we're gonna say, but once that question is revealed, I think everyone's gonna know my answer. But we're doing it in a very different way. Do you wanna just name the question? Do you want to state the question?
Yeah, so as you guys probably could tell from the title of this video, it's gonna be animes we would rewatch if we had lost our memory. So let's just say some freaky shit happened, like some Dr. Stone, we got zapped and we lost our memories, or I don't know, man, something crazy happened and we all lost our memories. If we had to pick some anime that we would rewatch and want to just kind of experience for the first time ever, this is going to be our list. So we're going to kind of do it like a draft style. So Owen will pick one, I'll pick one. We'll go back and forth and kind of just talk about each one. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so am I getting first pick out here or what?
All right. So we
I
didn't
don't
discuss.
I don't
We
need
didn't.
first pick if you need first pick.
I mean, I already know what your first pick is going to be. So I'll let you take
Exactly.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, man.
I think everybody knows what my first pick is. Okay. First of all, my first pick is going to be the greatest, the best, the one and only, the best plot, the best now animations, in my opinion. From the beginning, it's been goated. From the beginning, it's been peak. The shit is older than many of our viewers. And it has been peak since for 20 years it's been peak, and we all know what it is. Without further ado, it's One Piece. Obviously, okay, so One Piece was my first anime, right? And I watched it without knowing what anime was generally. Um, that feeling within itself made the experience a lot better because I mean, so there's pros and cons to it, right? So the pros are that I got blessed to watch peak right in the beginning, right? But the cons are that everything else becomes mid after that. So it's like I would never recommend One Piece to someone that hasn't ever watched anime before because I think there's too much. There's too much to digest right in the beginning, and I think if what you're trying to like learn or what you need to know right in the beginning as you're watching um any anime, especially if you're going into like shonen, you kind of need to know the shonen tropes. And I think One Piece does it like very well, but I think it takes too long for it to happen in One Piece. And I think something along the lines of like Demon Slayer or something else like that would be better, like JJK would be better for your first um anime. But I want to get back into the memory part. So obviously now, right, when we watch One Piece, the thing about One Piece and what makes it different is that Oda will connect something from 20 years ago to something that's going on now. And that is just like if I got to rewatch everything and kind of see all the details unfold again, like I'm kind of thinking it in a way where like I would rewatch it with knowing all the information and catching all the details. I think that's a whole nother subsection of it where it's like I will watch One Piece again just to get all like the little details that I missed. But rewatching it right from the beginning. So there's two things. There's two things that kind of go into this, and I know it's kind of nerdy, but it's like, yo, if you're watching an anime, okay, so if I'm rewatching it, One Piece, right? I want to rewatch One Piece week by week if I'm gonna rewatch One Piece because
Damn,
of the
bro.
hype. The
That would be
hype,
like 20 years, dog.
yeah, yo, the hype, right? The hype per episode. Okay, not One Piece, but One Piece Kai. Okay, so for all the people that want to get into One Piece but don't, but it's like too long for you to get into, and I get that. But then you guys are
Wait,
still, yeah.
is this kind of like Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it's like shortened version? Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
that's what Dragon Ball Z Kai is. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. So some guy,
Yo.
right? Some guy. So you know One Piece. We were talking about One Piece.
Yeah.
So some guy also. I don't know if it's the same person or whoever. I didn't look into One Piece yet, but someone was telling me about One Piece Kai, and that One Piece Kai is basically the fast version of One Piece, where it just takes out pretty much all the bullshit and
Mhm.
all the scenes where they're just looking at each other and it's just wasting time. There's this for all the people that want to watch One Piece but think it's too long. This guy, I think he got all the way to Alabasta or something, and it's mad quick. Like he'll put like 60 episodes into an hour, or like he will. It's very nice, very quick, and I would recommend watching it till Alabasta that way, and then if you want to read the manga until afterwards, I think that'd be fine. Or if you want to just read the manga, it's just quicker. But One Piece Kai for all the people that want to get into One Piece and think it's too long. But I think when you're rewatching stuff, like okay, when we were watching Blue Lock that just came out, right? And we were
Mhm.
watching it week by week. It was every week we had something to talk about while watching it. I think that within itself plays a huge factor on whether I would like to rewatch something, because something like Game of Thrones, right? Okay, I'll rewatch it, but I'm not gonna get that same hype that
Uh-huh.
I was getting when everybody at school
But
was talking about
so
it.
so so hypothetically, right? If you were to rewatch One Piece at this age, if you were to, lose
Oh,
the memories and whatnot.
at this age, I would.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not weekly, not weekly.
Okay,
You know,
that's fair. That's fair. 'Cause I was gonna say, dude, you're gonna get spoiled on One Piece 100%. Like you're gonna open TikTok one day and you're gonna see like, I mean, I ain't trying to spoil it for you guys out there that have not caught up with the manga and whatnot. Well, you're gonna see some of the latest chapters, man. I swear to God, that is so annoying. I read the manga not to get spoiled, and I'm out here getting spoiled on the manga. I don't even know how that's possible, but that's definitely gonna happen to you, Owen, if you
no,
want
but
to watch week by week.
is this a world where like okay, so I forgot my memory, or is it like One Piece is just starting and I'm watching it?
Okay, let's change it. Let's change the fucking question. So let's change it to what anime would you want to experience again for the first time without remembering the original experience?
Okay, but it's still out. But it's still out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, still out. Okay, that's different. I mean, again, obviously still One Piece, but bro, the thing about it, okay, and why I pick One Piece, I'm a walking advertisement for One Piece. Okay, so let's everybody's heard why I
Bro,
love One Piece.
bro's got the will of D in his throat. Not playing.
In
I
my
just,
throat,
I just played. Up like.
right? That's funny as hell, actually. But yeah, bro, just every single like yo, if I got to watch Marineford again, bruh, the hype, the
Right.
cliffhangers,
Yeah. I agree with you. I would definitely want to watch that again for like experience that for the first time. That
yeah,
would just be insane.
Saba Odi for me, and that arc. I don't even need the whole like One Piece, like even just the arcs, like it's crazy. But I think it's just because of how okay, One Piece, the thing that it does the best, it will switch stuff on its feet so quickly, and you won't even realize like what happened. It was so like so even in like these I want to give like a very recent episode. It's like even in these new recent episodes, like even though like King and Zoro, huge animation, huge fight, great, everything, 10 out of 10 episode, amazing. But what people love more than that is when more what do you call it? The news guy comes in, or like we see
Oh
like
yeah.
in the very
Yeah.
recent episode, we saw the Gorosei come in, like a little screen time with them. If we get a little screen time to Shanks, any like little screen times of like high end news in One Piece is what we're all like waiting for and what we all like hype up for. And I think that's why I put One Piece one first. obviously because I love the anime, but it's because the news factor in One Piece is like nothing else. The news factor just hits different, and finding that new information, it's just something that you cannot like recreate, and just like the deaths. I don't. I was about to spoil the shit out of. I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil it, but for if you know, you know, donut man. Like all those deaths. Even like yeah, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but if you haven't watched One Piece, close your ears for a second. Like Marineford's deaths, like Ace's death, Whitebeard's death, like all like it is just crazy. I think experiencing that again for the first time would be wild. But I don't want to get too much into it. What's your first choice?
All right, so you kind of talked about like certain things that had your mind blown, like the last thing that you said, like those deaths, right? That happened to One Piece.
Yeah.
For me, if I had to think about like an experience about watching anime that I would just kind of, mind blown for, obviously there's a lot that come to mind, but I would say that watching Death Note for the first time was really, really intriguing. Like I thought it was awesome. I mean, there was just so much that went on in a small series. Like it's not One Piece where it's over 1,000 episodes. It's not Naruto like 500 episodes. It's a very short anime, relatively speaking. So, but it's still like mind blowing, like trick, like not tricks, but you know what I mean, like back and forth and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, experiencing Death Note again for the first time with not knowing what's going on, I think that would be my number one choice because that anime had a lot of plot twists that I kind of just really messed with. So that'd be
No,
my first choice.
that's definitely a really good first choice. Firstly, that was my second choice. Low key.
Dang, really?
That was my second choice because like
Okay, valid.
Death Note is just too crazy. For like Death Note has no fighting, so no one even gives like that's not even something that people care about, right? What people care about is the plot and is the lore and is all like how it's the fighting, but it's the mental fighting. It's not like there's no physical fight. The mental fight between Light and L. It's just like when I first watched Death Note, I knew like since like from the first two episodes that this was gonna be like my top five because the way like when I first started watching anime, it was very shonen based. Like I always watch shonen, so when I got something switched to like something that wasn't shonen, which was my first one was Death Note, it was just like bro, I don't know, I didn't see anything like it.
Right.
And the mind fuckery was just on a different level. Like I really like shows where I get into it a lot, and that was like for me a regular show that's like that for me is Prison Break, and it was one of those shows that I was just like, what the hell is even from the first season when they were breaking out of the prison, it was just like, bro, what is going on? Like
so I feel you. I feel
Yeah.
you. So I was gonna say like there's never a dull moment in Death Note. You know what I mean? There's always something happening. Like I know I don't want to hate on One Piece because I know you're gonna get triggered here, but there's certain scenes in One Piece that I could be on my phone and I'm not missing anything. Like for example, like the Tantadas. Like I remember that, but I don't remember it because I was not watching. Like that was just like there. You know what I mean? Like
I feel
everything
you.
in Death Note had a significant meaning. Everything was impactful and everything was just like it was well put together, you know what I mean? So and it was meaningful. So everything that happened was just kind of, you know, was threw me in for a loop. I was just literally
Yeah.
watching every single second.
I think they just did too good of a job hooking people in and keeping them there. It's a very short anime, right? It's very short anime. And I told you before, like I like longer animes. I don't even like shorter animes. And the fact I'm putting like Death Note, like a shorter anime up there, it just like shows you how good of a story and plot Death Note had. Death Note
Right.
was like for all the viewers that have not watched Death Note, it's quick, it's easy, nicely digestible, but I guarantee you will be out of your seat. Like the way you're moving, like bro, it
Right.
was just I could not even. It was as if like I couldn't even sit back, bro. It was wild. Like everything was just what is going on.
So hypothetically, right? Let's just say that we've never watched any anime before, so we're experiencing an anime for the first time ever. I've had a few friends that I talk to that literally don't watch any anime at all. They all have the same misconceptions about anime and whatnot. And I basically beg them. I have a way of persuading people to watch at least one anime. I beg them to literally watch this anime and another one that might be on my list later on. I'm gonna save it because you might also have it. But
It's definitely AOT.
yeah, it is AOT.
I
But
was gonna say that too. That's why.
all right, I'll let you have that one. But anyways, I like literally, I guarantee you that every single person that I talked to and convinced them to watch Death Note, watched Death Note and loved it, even if they're not an anime lover. So hypothetically, if I were to completely forget all my memories and forget how awesome and how much I love anime, I think this one would be the first one to get me to rewatch anime in general. Like I would watch this and I'd be like, oh shit, I need to get back into anime. You feel me? So that I don't know, Death Note, man, it's just
Yeah,
awesome.
I agree with that. I think Death Note is the closest that we're getting to like real regular shows that aren't,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's very close to regular shows. I also have a couple of friends that haven't watched anime, but I it's not they haven't watched they don't watch anime at all, but they
Right,
have
right.
watched Death Note. It's kind of funny. Death
Yeah.
Note, and then the next one, which is my second pick on the draft, which is AOT. I mean,
Okay. That
for
was my
for
second as well.
for a lot of people, that's probably number one. But first of all, AOT did it different from the beginning, from the jump. We see the Colossal Titan just fuck everything up, that whole shit. It's like right off the get go, we just see crazy shit. Right. And I think
Mhm.
that's also what like One Piece does very well. And I think AOT does that with the Titans very well, where it's like we have never seen anything that looks like that. We've seen like in Naruto, we've seen ninja. In Bleach, we've seen like samurai and whatnot, but we have never seen a Chopper or a fucking Brook or a Frankie, and then we have never seen like a Titan or like, and then you have like
Right.
the Colossal Titan, then you have the Titans that look like babies, then you have the Titans that are just like NPCs. It's just, I
Is that
think,
is that what is that what got you into Attack on Titan? Like the Titans and just kind of the mystery on it?
yeah, that I mean that was definitely like a huge point of like why I got into it. It's like I seen like the first I see the Colossal Titan looking over the walls, and like, and then you see the Hammer Titan just running, or Armor Titan just running through.
Mhm.
Like that was just so crazy, and I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, how is like the story was just so out of the blue, and it
Mhm.
was so like, how can someone think of the story? Like, there's a wall full of people that are like saving themselves from giants, but the walls are made of giants, and it's like the whole concept behind that anime itself was just what is going on,
Right.
like it was unfathomable, and then to put like those cliffhangers on top of that, the characters, like we had Belta and the Armor Titan just chilling with us. We didn't even know they were part of the gang for so long. And apparently they were Titans. And we had Annie. It's like for the first two seasons, or like season 2 seasons, we didn't even know there was an outside world. We just
Right.
thought it was just the walls. And then we get introduced to a whole new world. There's like mad nations. Then you get the history of like why they're all like kind of fucked up and inside that place. It's like I think well, AOT just did it so well. To firstly, what they did was they threw a whole bunch of bullshit on top of us, right?
Mhm.
But they made it very intriguing. Like, yo, what is that shit? Like, what are we seeing? And then after they hit us with all the bullshit, they kind of go and kind of explain everything one by one. And then while they're explaining everything, they're still adding more shit to the things that we don't know. And then it's just the whole cycle of throwing
Mhm.
stuff onto us that we don't know, and then fulfilling it, and then doing it again. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. That anime was just, even now, like I'm waiting for the next season. It's like character development wise, just character wise. We
Right.
had like, it's not even like, okay, so One Piece, right? And like Naruto, all these anime, right? They're usually just one generation, right? It's just usually like um I mean, Naruto's a bit different because Naruto started Naruto younger and then Naruto older.
Well, yeah.
That's a bit different. But like Eren, from season to season, the characters got older and older, season to season. We saw like even just Armin's character development when he was mad little. Then he starts, they get into the, what do you call it? Their little the academy, and he was shit. But then Erwin saw that he was a really good like leader. Like it like like everything was just so perfectly timed, and there's still so much that we don't know. And yeah, I would love rewatching that, re-looking at those scenes again from scratch, not knowing shit. But yeah, that's definitely my second pick.
Right. So I guess it really depends for me. Like obviously Attack on Titan is high on my list, right? And that was my second pick as well. But I feel like it depends. So like obviously when I started off when I was younger, right? Obviously Naruto was my first anime that I've ever watched, right? So it should be on my list, but we're just gonna say we're the same age. So yeah, it would definitely be Attack on Titan. If I was younger, it would not be, just because it's not that easily digestible if you're like, 10, 11, 12. I know for some of you guys out there, if you were that age when you first started watching AOT, you might have got off rip, but I felt like every time I kind of rewatch certain parts of AOT, I keep noticing small little details that kind of like, come out of nowhere later on in the story. And I keep seeing these little like clips on TikTok that kind of just reiterate like, oh, that was, like foreshadowing, that was foreshadowing, that was this, that was that, you know what I mean? So I feel like that is one of the coolest experiences with Attack on Titan. Obviously, you have to be involved in the community and whatnot, be a follower of all these little things. But I feel like that's a cool experience with the AOT. Obviously, the whole world building of AOT is just awesome. I mean, we haven't really seen anything like that. Obviously, now we're getting not cheap copies, we're getting similar things to AOT. So I wouldn't say it's as unique as it was once before. Like if I were new to anime and this was my first one seeing a world like this, I think that would be a huge and awesome experience. But yeah, it is tough to say just because if this were like, obviously it's not my first anime and obviously can't just forget my memories and experience for the first time. But if I were to do that, I feel like this would definitely be at the top of my list. I feel like I would definitely enjoy it, even if I hated anime for whatever reason. And I think that this would definitely be at the top of my show, my list, as one of the ones I would want to experience again for the first time.
Yeah, AOT was goaded, bro. Like straight up, AOT top three, top two, and it's two. Not gonna say it's one. Top two and it's two, but for a lot of people, I know it's one. I know AOT is one for so many people out there, and for all the people that have not watched Attack on Titan, first of all, you might be living under a rock, which means you might not be hearing this podcast. Also, watch it if you haven't watched it. One of the best anime out there. Not super long. It's getting longer now, but it's still reasonably digestible and no dull, like some dull moments, yeah, but very little dull moments since it's very short. There's very little dull moments, and you will be on the edge of your seat watching this for sure.
Yeah, 100%. All right, man. What's your number three?
My number three. Wait, don't you want to go?
I mean, that was also
okay.
Actually, you know what? I could go if you want.
Go.
All right, so that was my number two. Okay. My number three is gonna be a little random, just because I had a feeling I know what direction you were gonna go, so I didn't want to kind of copy you. But all right, this is gonna be out of the blue. It's actually Sword Art Online. So I know you didn't watch this one.
Okay.
I know.
You know what's funny? I think we kind of had a very similar mindset going into this. But yeah, go. I've never watched it, but yeah, go on.
So the reason why I picked it, right? I was trying to remember the first time that I watched it, and it was just like the whole world building aspect of Sword Art Online, the mysteriousness, and pretty much everything that was going on. So for those of you guys that don't know, long story short, this is in the year 2023 or 2024. So obviously this was written a little while back, but there's this gaming console kind of that it's kind of like VR. You put it on your head, but it puts you to sleep and it puts you in this like world of gaming or whatnot, right? So obviously they have the typical trope of like 100 floors and whatnot in this specific game, but the catch is the people that put on this VR or whatever you want to call it, I forget exactly, I think it was called Nerve Gear if I'm not wrong. Like all the
Yo,
people that put it on, they're not allowed to get out of this world unless they either one, they die in the game, they die in real life, or they clear all 100 floors. So pretty much
sheesh.
that's the entire story behind SAO. I thought that the story was so unique, and I feel like even if I wasn't an anime fan, I would really enjoy it because it was just it has that thing we've always talked about, that it's a winning formula in anime and games in general. It's a progression feeling. So it's kind of like leveling up. It had that aspect. It also had, clearing floors. It had it had a reasonable like goal. You want to survive, you want to clear all the floors, you want to go back to real life. And also obviously it had the mystery behind, what trapped me, what was going on, why is it happening. And it had a little bit of romance in there too. So it was definitely all around well scripted anime for the first season or two. I know people really hate on it for the last few seasons, me included. Like I don't hate on it, I just didn't enjoy it as much as the first season. But overall, world building was there, the experiences were there, all pretty much all key elements in a really good series. Mystery, the progression, and then obviously romance. I don't know what it is about me, but I like that shit. So yeah, man, I had all those elements and I really enjoyed it. So I would say I would definitely want to experience that again for the first time.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know what's funny that you say that, right? This you
Yeah.
said this was made in 2023. This is supposed to like take
No,
place.
so it took place around then. I mean, I have to double check and look it up. I remember it was like some year that is now happened.
That's
I can look it
funny
up.
as hell because Apple just came out with their new headset
Yo, I
today.
seen that. Yeah.
Today, Apple just came out with their new AR VR headset. Yeah, this is like perfectly timed with Sword Art Online. Imagine like a game like
Dude,
that.
I'm about to run out and buy that shit, bro. That world is sick, man. I know you didn't watch it, bro, but like go Google some images after, bro. Just look at the world. It's sick.
No, I mean definitely if it's in a game, it is definitely going to be sick. Um, I
It
heard
took
of it
place
like
in it took
yeah.
place in 2022.
Oh shit, nice. I've heard of it like a good 5, 6, 7 years ago. So how old is the anime?
I remember watching it when I was like 14, 15. So
Okay, yeah,
obviously I was still pretty young and impressionable. But
got you. It's a
yeah,
very old anime then, yeah.
it's been 2014 or 2013, 2014, I think.
Damn, so 10 years. Sheesh. Sword Art Online. I've heard a lot of good things about it though, for sure.
You definitely heard equally bad things about it though.
I've heard like the first like season or two is good, and then after that it gets pretty shitty.
I feel
But
like that's a common analysis a lot of people have on it. I still enjoyed it throughout though. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, I mean, if you like the sword part of it, sword fights, so that's kind of transitions me into my pick. But my pick, which is actually a complete parallel
Can I
of what,
guess?
yeah,
So you said Swords, is it Bleach?
yep, it's Bleach. Which
Okay.
it's funny because I watched Bleach and Aray hasn't watched Bleach.
Mhm.
And it's vice versa with Sword Art Online. He's watched it and I haven't watched it, and they both deal with swords. But I think Bleach is the superior sword anime out here. And that was okay. So that's the main reason of why I would want to rewatch it again. I just
Mhm.
think that the sword play in that anime was just
Oh,
phenomenal.
sword fight? No, play, play. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still going on for anyone that hasn't watched Bleach, catch up because it's coming out July 8th, July 9th, I think, one of those days. And it is gonna be heat. This is gonna be the last. It's gonna be. I don't know if it's the last season. I think it's gonna be the last. This is gonna be the second part of the Thousand Year Blood arc. And bro, just so for because you haven't watched Bleach, I'll just get into a little synopsis of it. It's basically like um guy named Ichigo. Like it's there's a very heavy like
I mean,
history.
I feel like most people know about Bleach.
Got you. There's a very big heavy history, and I don't. It's a lot to go into, but basically we get thrown into this little society, right? Soul society that we have never even heard of. We don't even know what this is. It's an alternate dimension, and I think the main things that I would love, like the main emotions that I want to relive, are seeing Ichigo progress
Mhm.
so quickly. He first of all he progresses so quickly, and each progression is basically through an intense training. It's like a 3-day training, or like a fight. And when he went into the Soul Society, he fought and fought and fought and fought until he got to becoming one of the best people out there.
Right.
But watching, like, I don't think like anime, other animes do swordplay the way Bleach does swordplay. The way Bleach does swordplay, it kind of involves like swords, but also regular stuff. And it's very like every single person has a unique power. Every single person's sword is very unique to them. It's a whole like, and it's not only swords. There's other type of characters too. There's like hollows. Then we have like Quincy's. I just first of all, the characters, the world building. I think the world building in Bleach is very not looked down upon, but it's underrated for sure. It's underrated. They have multiple worlds inside one world. It's a very underrated anime in general. Even though it's a big three, it's still underrated. I think out of the big three, the Bleach is probably watched the least. Very underrated, and I would love to watch Bleach again. It was my second anime of all time. I think that also gives it a little bias, but
you mean like second anime that you've watched?
Yeah.
Or a second favorite of all time?
No, second anime I've ever watched.
Gotcha.
Yeah, One Piece was first, Bleach was second for me. It is slow in the beginning a bit. That's why it's hard for people to get into. But bro, I'm telling you, it is so good. Like, it's so good because of there's also a lot of information part of it.
Right.
And the information part is so like, it's so crazy, but it doesn't beat the swordplay. The swordplay is just deadly. Yeah, swordplay is just deadly.
All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire?
Do you have any like honorable mentions? I have like a ton.
Okay, honorable mentions.
All right, so let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, so turn that TikTok camera on. You feel me? All right. So the question is, if we had forgotten all our memories of watching all our anime, so literally we don't have any memory of watching any anime, what anime would we want to experience again for the first time? Rapid fire. I'll do a couple, and then you do a couple.
Okay. One Piece, Bleach, Death Note, AOT, Hunter x Hunter, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's fire, man. I would definitely watch if I was a kid, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as a kid. Pokemon, not Naruto. I have to preface that. I have to preface that because I know everyone wants Naruto. I think Naruto just has a very simple and still like it's a very simple storyline. You know, he wants to become King of the Village. It's a very simple storyline. I think that for the most part, that's it. I think newer ones, Blue Lock, Black Clover.
Yo, that was on my list. Black Clover, some of the most bone chilling moments in all of anime.
Yo, dead ass, bro. When all three of them got onto
when they pulled up on that, I think his name was Langris, bro. When they pulled up on that dude,
this shit was too badass. But you go rapid fire.
All right, so obviously the ones that you mentioned for the most part, you know, Naruto because it was my first childhood anime, a little bias there, but whatever. Black Clover, like you mentioned. All right, here's where it gets wild. So Ace of Diamond, my first sports anime. Honestly, I play baseball. This is a baseball anime. It's like a perfect hit. So if I were to not watch anime at all, that would be it for sure. I don't know, man. That you pretty much hit it all on the point. Erase was really good as well. It's kind of like a mystery anime. That was a top choice of mine. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you kind of hit everything.
Yeah, I mean,
yo, wait, hold up. I got one, bro.
Yeah.
Fairy Tail, dog.
Oh, hell
goated, bro.
I need to go back into my memory, delete, extract files. Yeah, that's what I need to do, and then delete the word fairy tale from my brain. Straight up. Not everyone knows the story, but no, I mean, fairy tale as a younger. Okay, I would watch fairy tale as a younger person again, because I didn't watch it as a younger person. I watched it when I was like 16, 17, maybe even 18. So I was like, yo, hell no. But yeah, if I was probably like 12 or 11, maybe I would watch fairy tale. Even though I'm
that's
a fairy
tough,
tale,
bro. That's tough.
Even though I'm a fairy tale hater, I think if I was a bit younger while watching that shit would have been different.
It was also one of my first animes, so
Yeah,
But I still
definitely.
enjoyed it. I just remember at the time thinking, this is the best anime ever. More than Naruto, more than One Piece. Yeah, I was wilding out, bro.
Yo, you were wilding out.
I don't know, man. I just liked it. I still do.
No, that's wild. That's wild. No, but I mean, to each their own.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
for every
Yo, I just remembered, man. One
yeah.
Punch Man. That was a really, really good anime. And I would definitely want to experience that again for the first time. Like I'm trying to remember how I was feeling when I was first watching it, and I remember feeling like, "Yo, this is hype, man. This is sick." When I'm watching One Punch Man. So that's another one I have.
No, One Punch Man. I'm gonna try getting into it again. It looks cool, but the animations also look cool. I
Yeah,
just don't know. I have to give it. I have to give it a couple episodes because that's kind of being a hypocrite on my part because I didn't give One Punch Man a couple episodes. I only gave it one episode, or like half an episode. So I think I need to give it a couple episodes and then get back into it. But I think that wraps it up for
yeah, for
us
sure.
for this episode. If any of you guys want to let us know what you guys would pick instead, definitely let us know in our Discord. We are definitely going to make an Instagram post about it. So comment down below which anime you would want to rewatch if your memory
Mhm.
was wiped. I think a lot of people are going to go with the AOT, Bleach. The ones that we picked, I think those are very heavily favored. I think a low key one that I named at the end that I think I should have put a bit higher was Pokemon, because
Yeah,
Pokemon's good.
that's a good one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's also tough because that for us was a core memory for us. So I
Yeah.
don't know how we'd feel like if we don't have that core memory. So that's why this exercise is kind of hard. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
yeah,
true. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think we'll regain that core memory again. She was just too goaded. Like the
yeah, for sure.
show, like was just too goaded. But yeah, let's wrap this up.
Yeah. So with that being said, let us know what you guys think. Whose list is better, mine or Owen's? Let us know your guys' own personal list. Hit us up in the Discord. Obviously we're gonna have an Instagram post, so we want to hear from you guys what your guys' list is gonna be. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. But yeah, be sure to check out all the links in the description if you guys want to join our community. We look forward to having you guys. And yeah, with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.